What's up, YouTube? Back in the wood yard, and I'm back to hammer at this pile. Got a little bit rejuvenated. I've been here until 3 a.m. working nights just to try and reduce the pile. I got the helmet cam, so I'm going to test that out today, and I'm going to go back here and try and reduce this pile a little bit and move some of this wood to the front, and eventually keep cutting and then piling all these blocks. There's a lot of branch wood in here mixed in, so I'm going to cut that down and get it into the big pile back there. I've also been filling up some of my bags of the cutoffs, of smoker wood, of kindling, and I'm going to pile this in my truck and I'm going to bring it over to my shop. And I've even got some birch for myself that I bagged up all nice and neat. I'd like to leave it out here and season it, but I like when it doesn't get the whole weather look from the outdoor seasoning process. Doesn't season the best in my shop, but it's going to be for next year, so it should be okay by then. When I use the wood stove in the winter, that'll bring a lot of dry air into the shop, and then I'll have fans circulating. So I'm going to try and pick at this pile and get at the other ones that need to split and go in my crates over there. There's some locust, there's a little bit of ash, there's some birch still, there's some mulberry under here. But let's get the saw out and start wreaking havoc. so I cleared up a bunch in the pile, and I'll be pulling out these smaller ones. I'm gonna do a little bit more cutting. I'm not gonna go too far in because I want to work at the front of the pile, but I'll take a few from here. And I cleared out a bunch of smoker wood here, bagged it up. Also too, I gotta load up the truck, bring these bags in. Oh, I got another bag that's ready here. So I got a few more bags going. Cut-offs, small ones go in the container. Got a bag of apple almost done, bag of kindling almost done. So I'll finish those 2 bags, and then I'll try and get some more cut-offs going. But it's always something here, always something to do. Just glad it's not too hot right now. And you kind of gotta alternate from the t-shirt to the sweater and back. Found a piece of cherry. Somebody dumped this the other day. It's mine now. Hoping to go to another yard where they have a massive load of wood that they don't touch. It's one of those situations where people just pile up the wood and they don't touch it. It's a tree company, and they've probably got about a half an acre of wood and a pile that's like 7 feet high, 6-7 feet high all the way through, and then they got another pile in the back. So I'm gonna go there hopefully soon and check out what they got. It's just big stuff, but that also means the truck fills up quickly, and I can bring my saw down there and I can cut if I want as well. I haven't been there. I don't even think I was there last year, but I was delivering some wood to a customer, and one of the guys who works there, he has an old Dodge Ram, just like Buck and Billy Ray Smith, and he just happened to be walking through the neighborhood, and he passed right by me. I didn't recognize him at first, but then I was like, oh yeah, and that guy used to give me a hard time. But then, because I sometimes end up there after I'm doing my other work, pick up wood a little late in the day. But one of the other guys, one of the higher ups, he was okay with me coming there and loading up wood. But then the guy saw that I come there and I work hard, I load up the truck, so he started to be friendly with me. Got some of my own personal stash here, some spruce. Trying to get my personal stock built up again, because I might have like maybe 12 bags on hand, and then I'll try and take like 8 bags with me up north if I go for a week, or maybe 10 bags. Well, it's been tough renting a cottage for a week, and what I do is there's 2 lakes. Well, there's one lake that I go to every year, and there's one that I used to rent my friend's cottage. And what I would do is go directly east from the one cottage, but you end up going through the bush for like almost an hour. And as you just come up to the lake where this is the second destination, you just see it through the trees, and then you go through the winding roads, and then you would get there. But that cottage is no longer available, so much for that. And then because of the rental market going, you know, more of like a commercial type thing, and you have to rent them through the agencies now, so there's all these politics and all these rules and all these stuff. It's not like how it used to be, you know. You just give the people the money and then, you know, see them at the end of it, right? cleared up a nice big section. It wasn't very packed up here, it wasn't very piled up, it was pretty loose, but there was a lot of wood back here anyway, and I've picked at it for the last while and gone through it, and I'm going to clean up all the sawdust, put it in bins. And you could see here I started piling all these blocks of elm here, and whatever else is in here I'm going to start throwing some of this maple, and even some of these big rounds I'm going to start bringing them back here, the bigger ones. The biggest ones I'm going to do a video on noodling, and I'm going to show when I noodle all of those, like this here, and nothing like this, just all the big stuff. There's a couple of pieces back here and a few more up the side, and then a bunch of them way up on the side. But I guess the silver maple and stuff like that, I'm going to wheel them back here and start piling it in here, because I want to get a bin in so that I can load this wood up here. So essentially I want to move this whole pile, so I'm just splitting what I can and moving that out, and I want to clear up this side. So I've been doing a lot of work on this side, but that's more getting this side prepped so that I can start stacking wood on this side. Coming up in one of my next videos, I talked about in my channel how I do a little bit about World War II stuff, and in Hamilton, Ontario, there is the Avro Lancaster 4-engine heavy bomber that was used by Britain in 1942, I believe, or 1941 to 1945. And we have one of those here in Hamilton, and it's one of only 2 that are flying in the whole world. So I'm going to be going down there to do some footage, and I'll provide a little information on the history of the plane, and the type of raids and the type of missions that they've been involved in. And hopefully it'll be fun for a lot of you guys. It's a pretty rare treat for me, and maybe hopefully one day I can take a flight on it. It costs a bunch of money. You get a nice tax credit along with that. It's 3,600 Canadian, and what it does is it loops all around Niagara Falls, and then it comes back, it circles over Lake Ontario, and then it goes over the city of Toronto, and then it loops back over to its airport over in Hamilton, which also has the Hamilton Warplane Museum, and it features a number of planes, older planes from World War II especially. So I'll make that video and get that up for you guys, and hopefully enjoy it. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to it, clear up that section in the back a little more, and this pile's been building up here too. So this pile is going to be going in the bin once this bin goes out. So the bin's got all the boiler wood in it, and it's going to head out probably next week sometime. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. My name is Anthony, and this is Ontario Firewood Resource. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and all that good stuff.